As April approaches, sightings of Tesla's Cybercab prototypes are increasing across the United States, signaling that the long-anticipated Robotaxi is moving from concept to reality. Testing activity has expanded across multiple states, and updated prototypes have recently appeared near Tesla locations in California, revealing subtle but meaningful engineering changes. At the same time, new production-related permits tied to Texas suggest that preparation for manufacturing is accelerating behind the scenes. Together, these developments paint a picture of a vehicle entering its final validation phase before launch. One of the most discussed topics is the battery pack. During the original reveal, attention centered on the futuristic design and the absence of a steering wheel, while technical packaging details received less scrutiny. Now, closer inspection of newer prototypes suggests that the battery architecture may have evolved significantly. Early animations indicated an underfloor pack using a compact cell layout estimated around 40 to 50 kilowatt-hours, optimized for efficiency rather than extreme range. Observers analyzing recent drone footage from Texas have pointed out the exceptionally low ride height and floor profile, implying that the pack could be thinner than initially expected. If Tesla is using next-generation cylindrical cells or an updated chemistry with improved energy density, the total thickness could be reduced substantially compared to 4,680 base packs. A thinner battery would allow a lower seating position, improved aerodynamics, and reduced material costs, all crucial for a high-utilization fleet vehicle. Industry analysts have speculated that the Cybercab may deliver close to 300 miles of range from a relatively modest pack, targeting efficiency figures well above typical EV averages. Achieving that would require aerodynamic refinement, weight reduction, and advanced motor efficiency. Visual cues from prototypes show a flatter underbody and simplified structure, reinforcing the theory that Tesla is engineering this car around cost per mile rather than peak horsepower. There is also discussion about a flexible battery strategy, where different capacity variants could be deployed depending on route demands. Short-range units could serve dense urban cores, while slightly larger packs handle longer suburban loops. Such an approach would stretch total battery supply further and maximize fleet economics. Pricing remains another focal point. Estimates place potential production costs between $20,000 and $25,000 per unit once scale efficiencies are achieved. When compared to the Model 3, which has undergone years of cost optimization, the Cybercab appears deliberately simplified. It uses a single motor layout, a smaller cooling system, fewer glass panels, and eliminates traditional paint processes. The braking system and body structure prioritize durability and city efficiency over high-speed performance. While additional hardware such as sensor cleaning systems and advanced compute platforms will be necessary, these components are not inherently cost-prohibitive when produced at scale. Early production will likely carry higher costs, but as manufacturing ramps, the economics could improve rapidly. Design questions have also surfaced. Some observers worry about door geometry and sharp angles. Yet modern vehicles commonly feature similar structural edges. What differentiates the Cybercab is its camera-based awareness system, designed to prevent doors from opening into obstacles. The vehicle's reliance on digital perception rather than human judgment could reduce certain urban risks. Concerns about plastic body panels appear less significant given Tesla's experience working with advanced materials across multiple global factories. A more complex challenge may lie in the shift toward a 48-volt electrical architecture, which reduces wiring weight and improves efficiency, but requires suppliers to adapt to newer standards. Deployment plans suggest that autonomous operations could begin in states with supportive regulatory frameworks. Arizona has approved broader autonomous testing statewide, making it a likely early candidate for limited fleet trials. However, even as regulatory momentum builds, Tesla continues operating supervised autonomous services in cities like Austin using existing models. The Cybercab has not yet entered public commercial service, indicating that validation and safety certification remain priorities. The interior configuration reflects data showing that the vast majority of car trips involve 2 passengers or fewer. By focusing on this common use case, Tesla avoids over-engineering the vehicle for rare scenarios. Larger vehicles within the company's lineup can handle trips requiring additional seating, while the Cybercab concentrates on high-volume urban mobility. Notably, the vehicle omits a steering wheel and pedals entirely, reinforcing its identity as a purpose-built autonomous platform rather than a conventional car adapted for self-driving. Production scaling is expected to begin conservatively, potentially in the range of tens of thousands of units annually before expanding further. Tesla possesses the capital resources to invest heavily if demand and regulatory conditions align. Key permits filed in Texas cover site planning adjustments, logistics reconfiguration, fire protection systems, and crash testing facilities. These filings indicate structural preparation for sustained manufacturing rather than temporary prototype assembly. Aerial imagery shows land clearing, road expansion, and infrastructure upgrades consistent with a broader production ramp. Tesla's manufacturing strategy for the Cybercab differs from traditional automotive lines. The so-called unbox process allows major sections of the vehicle to be assembled in parallel before final integration, potentially reducing build time dramatically. Supporting logistics zones enable newly built units to transition seamlessly from assembly to internal validation routes within the factory grounds. Footage of prototypes navigating autonomously on-site without escort vehicles suggests growing confidence in both hardware and software systems. Regulatory alignment is progressing in tandem with engineering milestones. Updated federal guidance for vehicles without conventional driver controls has clarified pathways for limited deployment. Tesla appears intent on synchronizing production increases with legal approvals, ensuring that manufacturing capacity does not outpace authorization to operate. Pilot programs may begin with internal employee fleets before expanding to public ride-hailing services in selected cities. Efficiency and utilization form the backbone of the economic model. Unlike privately owned vehicles that remain parked most of the day, a Robotaxi must operate nearly continuously to justify its cost. Fast charging, durable components, and optimized routing will be essential. Profitability depends less on luxury features and more on daily miles delivered. Over time, expanded battery production and vertical integration could reduce pack costs further, strengthening margins. Looking ahead, Tesla envisions a global autonomous network composed of millions of vehicles sharing a unified software stack. Continuous data collection would refine perception algorithms and driving behavior. Future iterations could incorporate improved battery chemistries and automated maintenance systems, further lowering operating expenses.